Welcome to the Apple Daily News. This podcast is created by Generative AI. Today is June 17th, 2024, and we've got a lot of exciting updates for you. Links to all stories can be found in the episode notes. Slack has unveiled a new logo as part of its redesign effort. The familiar grid logo has been revamped and rolled out across most major platforms. This change is part of Slack's New Year resolution to enhance its brand image. While the new logo aims to give Slack a fresh look and feel, it has received mixed reactions from users and the design community. You can find more details on Slack's website. Apple has made headlines by becoming the first major tech company to successfully integrate AI into its products for everyday use. At the Worldwide Developers Conference, Apple showcased new AI features for the iPhone and iPad. These features assist with tasks like text searches, image creation, grammar correction, and photo editing. Despite some criticism from tech experts and figures like Elon Musk, Apple's practical approach to AI sets it apart. The company focuses on creating AI tools that incrementally improve users' lives, emphasizing reliability and productivity. Notable applications include Genmoji and Siri's collaboration with ChatGPT. Apple's cautious integration of AI serves as a model for the tech industry, promoting a gradual and user-friendly adoption of AI technology. In other Apple news, the company is planning to redesign its iPhone, MacBook Pro, and Apple Watch to make them significantly thinner. The new M4 iPad Pro, unveiled last month, is the thinnest product ever from Apple, measuring just 5.1 millimeters. Bloomberg's Mark Gurman reports that Apple aims to create a new class of devices that are the thinnest and lightest in their categories. The iPhone 17 lineup is expected to include a thinner model with a new design, and Apple is also working on slimmer versions of the MacBook Pro and iPad Pro. The Apple Watch X is set for a major design overhaul as well. The timeline for the release of these thinner devices is currently unknown, but the M4 iPad Pro is seen as the beginning of Apple's next-generation design language. Virtualizing macOS on Apple Silicon Macs running Sonoma has faced limitations due to the inability for virtual machines to use an Apple ID, preventing access to App Store apps and iCloud. However, macOS Sequoia promises changes that will allow VMs to support Apple ID and iCloud when running on a Sequoia host. Each Sequoia VM will have a distinct identity derived from the host's secure enclave. Sequoia VMs must be built from IPSW image files for macOS 15 or later to utilize the Apple ID feature. They can now access USB storage and a wider range of USB devices through the host's UUID. Despite these advancements, Apple has not relaxed the license to run more than 2 macOS VMs simultaneously on Macs with Ultra chips. Nested virtualization is now possible on host Macs with an M3 chip or later, but it's unclear if this applies to macOS VMs. Sequoia is currently only licensed to developers with agreements with Apple, and virtualizers may need to be rebuilt to fully utilize these changes. An interesting development in the retro computing world, an FPGA-based disk controller for the Apple II computer is in the works. The project, codenamed Yellowstone, aims to create a universal clone that can connect to various Apple II disk drives or a floppy EMU. The controller is based on the Lyran disk controller and uses a modern reprogrammable FPGA to replace vintage components. Despite successful initial testing, the developer has faced challenges with JTAG programming and motivation to complete the project. Future plans include debugging the prototype, connecting it to real disk drives, and potentially offering it as a product in the BMW store. The developer is contemplating different methods for users to reprogram the FPGA for different disk controller types, considering options like a microcontroller with an SD card socket or using the Apple II itself as a JTAG programmer. Micron technology has introduced a new high-bandwidth memory, HBM3E, which is said to be the industry's top-performing memory. This memory is designed to fuel AI innovation and boasts 30% lower power consumption compared to its competitors. The HBM3E memory is expected to play a significant role in advancing artificial intelligence technologies. In a historical footnote, it was revealed that Apple had plans for a MacBook Air with an AMD Llano processor back in 2011. The project was close to production, but ultimately cancelled due to supply constraints and AMD's inability to deliver the necessary parts. Apple then reverted to using Intel processors for the MacBook Air, which was seen as a victory for Intel. Despite this, sources indicated that ARM CPUs were still in Apple's plans for future devices. The cancellation of the AMD-based MacBook Air had implications for all parties involved, with AMD facing criticism for its supply chain issues. The GitHub repository, Busseror MyIMU, contains an MII Apple SE emulator for Linux, created by a developer. The project was initiated because existing emulators did not meet the developer's preferences, leading to the creation of a new emulator with modern, clean, and modular code designed specifically for Linux. The emulator supports various features, such as 65C2E with 128K of RAM, different graphic modes, speaker audio, mouse card, joystick support, floppy drive emulation, and more. Future enhancements could include full-screen support, porting to Raspberry Pi, a tool for managing overlay files, a UI for the debugger, and Mockingbird sound card emulation. Another GitHub repository, created by Wayther, contains a simple analyzer plugin for the SDQ protocol used in various Apple products like Lightning, MagSafe, and iPhone iPad batteries. The repository includes documentation for the Salia Logic Analyzer SDK, offering detailed build instructions, debugging guidance, and information on creating custom analyzer plugins. Users can download the latest release zip file from the repository to install the analyzer. The repository is set up with GitHub Actions to automatically build PRs and commits to the master branch, with cross-platform releases triggered by pushing a commit tag. Building the analyzer locally requires CMake and a C++ compiler, with specific instructions provided for Windows, macOS, and Linux platforms. Speculation is rife that Apple is working on AI advancements, with potential reveals at WWDC. Expected improvements include Siri enhancements, code development features, and AI-assisted photo-video tools. The author discusses the potential of Apple's Vision Pro device for stereoscopic content and the impact on 3D movie experiences. Generative AI could enable cost-effective creation of stereoscopic content, potentially changing the landscape of 3D movies. The possibility of on-device stereoscopic conversions using Apple Silicon is considered, though the timeline for this technology remains uncertain. The author contemplates the application of generative AI for style transfers in videos and the potential for altering original artistic visions. Finally, Wayther is a user-friendly app that provides real-time road conditions and weather forecasts for your route. It offers accurate worldwide forecasts based on your departure or arrival time, helping you anticipate bad weather. The app presents weather information in 3 ways: route summary, waypoint timeline, and an interactive map. Users can plan their trips confidently by choosing the safest route, knowing when to stop for optimal conditions, and staying informed about severe weather alerts. Wayther helps users avoid adverse weather conditions, high winds, and poor visibility, ensuring a safer and more enjoyable journey. The app is developed by Axel, an independent developer, and offers a free trial for the first 3 trips. Users can upgrade to Wayther Plus for unlimited access, supporting ongoing app development and maintenance. That's all for today's episode of the Apple Daily News. Thanks for tuning in, and don't forget to check the episode notes for links to all the stories we've covered. Join us again tomorrow for more updates on Apple technology, software, and devices. Have a great day.